Who's got it better than us? Nobody!
I mean, if you look at it, I mean, it's unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll send the tape in, and then they'll tell us, you know, we made a mistake. But yet they got 30 yards downfield, you know what I'm saying? And some of those coming at crucial points, third down when the defense getting off the field. Now it's 1st and 10, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it is what it is. You know, they'll say, you know, we had a lot to do with it, which we did. You know, we could have played better here and there, but, I mean, it's crazy.
With all due respect to that, don't great teams play through that stuff, though, and win games?
You try to. I mean, but at crucial points in the game like that, how can you? I mean, we try our best. You know what I'm saying? We go out there, we play football, we bust our butts, you know what I'm saying?
There were two Harbaugh or around Harbaugh. Was that an exchange you had there?
No, it wasn't no exchange. He asked me a question. I answered the question. It was after my personal foul. And he said, could you come to me or come to the ref? I said, Coach, I've gone to the ref on 3 different occasions. That's not helping at all.
F.Y.I, what were they doing that you went to the refs about? What was
Everything. I mean, you watch film, you'll see it.
it? Sounds like you felt that the things they were doing to you were unsportsmanlike, or basically.
There's a lot of stuff out there. I mean, it's football. You know what I'm saying? It's happened. But if you're going to call it both ways. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it be one way.
Is this team angry generally right now?
Angry about what?
You mentioned the calls. I mean, you're also 1-2.
I mean, it is what it is. Us not getting calls ain't going to change nothing. You know what I'm saying? Same thing last week. We didn't get calls last week. You know what I'm saying? So we can't sit here and cry about it.
What's up, everybody? I'm JT Magnum, and welcome to Niner News. And I apologize first and foremost. I am under the weather. I'm sick. I don't feel well, but I wanted to make this video. I wanted to make this last night, but I wanted to get myself composed again. I wanted to, and I can't promise I'm going to stay that way, but I wanted to compose myself a little bit, gather all the information I needed, gather all the video I needed, and give you guys the best material I could. So this might be a little longer Niner News than usual. I've known to go a little over 10 minutes, but this might go over a little 10 minutes, so I do apologize for that. But I do encourage you to stay and watch, because I have a lot of points to talk about, and I'm not really going to talk too much about the football game, what the Niners did. What they did good, which was like 5 receiver and 4 wide receiver sets. That was awesome. I'm glad they did that. But they got away from that a little bit, and they just, I don't know what happened, or if Arizona adjusted and they didn't adjust back. I don't know what happened, but it just seemed like there was no adjustment made by Greg Roman afterwards, and I'll get to that. But first, you just heard, I wanted to put that Anquan Boldin clip right at the beginning, because I wanted you guys to hear what he had to say when it came to the officials yesterday, and he's right, you know. And I thought about it last night, and I was talking to my wife, and she goes, how can you fix something like that? It just seems like they're targeting. She even said it. My wife is very, very. She's usually for everyone. Like, she doesn't just follow. Like, she doesn't follow a team. She doesn't have like her team or per se. She doesn't really watch football that much. She watches it around her family and watches it around me. But she's not like a football expert. Obviously, she's not somebody. Neither am I. But she's not someone that like roots for any particular team. She even said it yesterday. She goes, it just seems like they're targeting your team. Like, it feels like it's always something with your team. Like, she goes, what can they do to maybe stop that? And my reaction was, I go, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you would do. And then I thought about it. I thought about a scene from The Longest Yard, where the referees called a horrible game, and the quarterback threw a football, hit the referee right in the head. Like, it was basically to send a message, like, stop calling stuff like this. So I thought about it, and I said, you know, if I was the 49ers, on offense and on defense, I would run the referees over. And I know it sounds harsh. I know it sounds mean, but they're calling horrible plays. There's 8 referees on the field, I believe, or 7 referees on the field. I'm not sure, but if I was the 49ers, I would literally run crossing routes, I would run straight forward routes right towards the ref, and I'd literally forearm shiv a ref and knock him down and just say, oh, you know, and pick him up, pretend it was an accident. Make it look like an accident. Run right through the ref. Run right through the ref to tackle another guy. If a guy's coming through on defense and you're running right through him, run through the ref. I would run literally through a referee. And I know it seems like it's mean. I know it seems like it's bad. And you're like, JT Magno, how can you say that? Well, I just did. It's getting to the point now where, I mean, 25 penalties in the last 2 games for like 225 yards. 25 penalties for 225 yards, including 13 first downs allowed off penalties. The refs have to be stopped. And I'll let you know why. I have video to prove it. I have Mike Pereira to prove it. I have a lot of stuff going on. Let's get into it. First and foremost, helmet-to-helmet call on Larry Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald had already caught the ball. He was running down the field. The announcer said it was wrong. The ref, Mike Pereira, said it was wrong. Helmet-to-helmet call on Larry Fitzgerald. How do you call a defenseless receiver helmet-to-helmet call when he's already caught the ball and he was already in the process of running with it? Like, he was already running. He was being tackled. He got thrown into the helmet-to-helmet. In other words, he was being tackled and the guy was leaning in to hit him and he got thrown into it. So, you mean to tell me that, and let's get this clear though also, defenseless receiver is somebody that's up going for the ball, catching the ball, or already caught the ball and bringing in the process of bringing it in, or caught the ball and already, you know, he's landing, he's coming down, or he's, you know, he's going through the catch process. That's a defenseless receiver. So you're not supposed to hit him like in the helmet area or, you know, under the chin, neck area when you're supposed to lean in with your shoulder. And you know what I mean? In that situation. But helmet-to-helmet defenseless receiver was called. Wrong call. It's the wrong call. Michael Crabtree gets hit in the helmet. He catches the ball, turns around, gets popped right in the helmet. Helmet-to-helmet. Guess what? No call. No call. Derek Carrier catches the ball over the middle. Gets popped. Guess where? Right in the neck helmet area. Guess what? No call. No call. Go figure. And another thing, real quick. I know you guys are going to say, this sounds like a whiny video. Oh, 40 whiner, 49. And I say this and I stress this enough. Keep your comments to yourself because I'm just going to delete them. I have the proof, like I said, and this is for 49er fans. If you want to watch and you want to be critical and you just want to be a troll and you want to say what you want to say, fine. You won't get a rise out of me because I don't care. I'm just going to delete your comments. It's simple as that. So you're wasting your time typing. You're wasting your time typing. Just watch the video, move on, leave your dislike, and move on. It's simple as that. It doesn't take much to do that. I don't need to hear all the stuff that you have to say and arguments you have to say that aren't clear to what the NFL is saying, basically. And you heard Anquan Boldin say it right there at the beginning of the video. We send the tape in, the NFL apologizes and says we're sorry. So there you go. Anyways, there was a two bad roughing the passer calls. The first one, Stanton's just starting his slide. Scooter had already committed, already dove, and when Stanton just started his slide, Scooter hit him. Mike Pereira says, and I quote, ready? In Arizona, quarterback Stanton was not down on the ground yet. I think you need to lay off that one. Huh. Go figure. And that's even what the announcer said. You can't play football anymore. The guy, how do you know if the guy's going to slide or keep on running? You don't. The guy was going to hit him, and then all of a sudden he starts his slide. It's too late. He's already committed. He's already going to hit him. And it looked like a vicious hit. Yes, Colin Kaepernick does that in every play. And guess what? He gets popped. Every play. Almost every play he gets popped. He does the slide, and guess what happens? He gets hit. Sometimes by 2 or 3 guys, but yet no flags. I have yet to see a roughing the passer flag or what do you call it? Unsportsmanlike conduct or any kind of roughing penalty whatsoever against Colin Kaepernick for that. I've yet to see one. So, I don't know what happened. Then the very next play. Stanton goes back to pass. What happens? Patrick Willis hits him in the shoulder. With his shoulder, I mean, on his chest. Shoulder to the chest of the quarterback off a blitz. And guess what? Flag again. I almost about lost my mind when they threw that flag. I was like, you have got to be kidding. Tell me this is a hold on Arizona. Nope. 15 yards again for a legal hit. A legal hit. Legal. That's one of those that they send to the NFL. The NFL says, oops, sorry, we made a mistake. I'm sorry. Oops. Cost you the game. 30 yards off penalties. 30 yards right there off 2 plays that they gave him. 30 yards. How do you play defense then? How do you play defense as a defense? How do you gather yourself and try to keep playing defense after that when you're not allowed to touch a receiver, you're not allowed to touch anybody, you're not allowed to look at anybody, you're not allowed to do anything. You're not even allowed to tackle. How are you supposed to play? Okay, moving on, because there's a lot. Like I said, there's a lot. The quarterback, Colin Kaepernick, goes back to pass. Quarterback goes back to pass. Colin Kaepernick, okay? He gets sacked by Jefferson. Now, the week prior to this, Jay Cutler, Quentin Dial was flagged for leading with the helmet, and people on there said, "Oh, you're not supposed to lead with the helmet. You're not supposed to lead with the helmet. You're never supposed to lead with the helmet." Blah blah blah. He got popped in his chest. Okay. Colin Kaepernick goes back to pass yesterday. Jefferson from the Cardinals blitzes. Jefferson, guess what? Leads with his helmet. Tackles him. Hits him in the helmet. Hits him helmet to balls, basically. Hits Colin Kaepernick right in the balls with his helmet. Tackles him. Immediately, Twitter erupts. How is that not helmet? How is that not leading with your helmet? I see my Twitter timeline going crazy. How is that not leading with your helmet? How is that not leading with your helmet? But yet, no flag. No flag whatsoever. And this is what I'm talking about. Inconsistency on the ref's part. Inconsistency. And it just seems to be going calls against the 49ers and not anybody else. And to top it off, the holding call at the end of the game pissed me off. I'll show, and just so you know, I have videos of all these that are going up. But on the Ellington run to seal the game yesterday, that gave Arizona the field position to kick that field goal, there was a hold, and it was missed. I mean, like, it was a blatant hold. The guy got thrown to the ground, and I'm showing it here, and you guys will be able to see it, but it's ridiculous. How did that not get called? It just seems like, and if the Niners did it, it instantly it's seen. It's like all of a sudden the ref's eyes are wide open. All of a sudden they have glasses on. It's like, what is going on? So, I watched a lot of games yesterday. In particular, I watched the Seattle-Denver game. I had that on right side by side while I was watching the 49er game. And I watched Byron Maxwell grip and hold receivers almost the whole game, illegally touching them downfield. I also watched Aqib Talib do it for the Denver Broncos. He was pushing, holding, shoving, grabbing, gripping, everything that constitutes illegal touching downfield according to the new rules of the NFL that were always enforced against the 49ers. In that game, none of these flags were thrown. Once again, Mike Pereira called it this. I agree with those tweeting. That should have been DPI on Maxwell at 133. If you don't know what DPI is, it's defensive pass interference. Oh, one last thing. There was a false start missed on Arizona 4th and 1 play that the Niners jumped up and was saying like this. They were pointing at the running back because the running back was a false start. Mike Pereira again. Ref missed a false start in the Arizona game. The back flinched at 4th and 1. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do on a defense when they're just allowed to play and you're not allowed to play defense? What are you supposed to do? You guys tell me. You guys tell me. Please tell me in the comment section. What are you supposed to do on defense when the refs won't let you play? And I mean, this is getting ridiculous now. It's getting ridiculous. And Anquan Boldin said it best. Like I said, if you're sending in tapes to the NFL and the NFL is apologizing, saying, oops, we're sorry, then something's wrong there. You got to fix something. And it's getting to the point now where you just can't keep sending tapes, you know, because it's costing them games. And that's what Anquan Boldin said. This stuff is costing us games. I mean, the 49ers should be, in my opinion, the 49ers should be 3-0. 3-0. These calls are ticky-tack calls. They're horrible, and they're not calling them both ways. And they're not calling them in other games either. So it just seems like the Niners aren't allowed to do it, but everybody else in the NFL is. And it's got to stop. Like, it's getting ridiculous. Ridiculous. So leave a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to leave a like on the video if you like it, or a dislike if you don't like it. I know there's going to be a lot of you that do that. And like I said, don't leave comments if you're going to troll. I don't want to hear it. I'm just going to delete them. So you're wasting your time. Like I said, you're wasting your time. If you want to leave constructive criticism, that's fine. Constructive is good, but like I said, this is just getting ridiculous. It's getting insane now, and I have video proof to prove it. I have Mike Pereira to prove it. I have Mike Carey, or the other guy, Carey from CBS Network, who does their officiating thing. I mean, it just seems like one after the other calls against the 49ers, and it's getting tiresome. So, like I said, it's stupid. So, take care, guys. Hopefully next week it's better news. We play the Philadelphia Eagles, and hopefully we get a W if we're not cheated. So, for JT Magnum, Niner News, I'm out. Peace.